coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. On first down, Carr. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Down, right 80, 93.
Shotgun now for Carr. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Deuce right. You're mine. Rest it. 93.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 40 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Right at the 40. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Taylor on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On second down, Lynch. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, baby! Purdue! Stay back!
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to look deep for Perriman. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. They'll buy some time right. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ricardo Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Carr now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Throwing on first down is Carr. That's caught out left by Perriman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, Raider 2. Heavy. Hey, Raider 2. Check. We're good. 93.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a second down and 5 here to start things out.
We're good. But 5-man box.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Handoff comes to Lynch, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Travis Carey there to make the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Taylor. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here's Taylor being chased out left. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Underneath for Johnson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
To throw again is Taylor. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one all the way up past the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. Oh, now he bowls him over. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
You got 56 there.
Carr to throw on second down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Raiders on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
From the gun, Carr. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On second down, Taylor. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. On third down, Taylor. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now Taylor. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Taylor will throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Slow. On first down, it's Taylor. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end the drive. Going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Escapes the sack. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Taylor to throw on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st down, Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
White. 93. Check. 93.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Here's Carr to throw. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background. Carr
now on 1st down. And it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now Taylor on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down. From midfield now, here's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Dancing to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr. And Cook has it, left side. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now it's Taylor. Forced out to his left. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Here's Taylor. He can run for it, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Tyrod Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. After the interception, here's Taylor. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tahir Whitehead able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Carr now on 1st down. Out left side here to Bryant. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Back to the ground, Lynch. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
He can't bring him down, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Larry Ogunjobi able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Come here. 3 down.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. Oh, Taylor going to throw. And Callaway taking it in left side. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor now to throw again. He sets to fire deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0, zilch, nada.